Now, migraines rank in the top 20 of the world's most debilitating illnesses. And most of us will know at least one person who suffers. Well, a device that sends magnetic pulses through the skull to combat migraines has just received approval in Britain. There's now enough scientific evidence to support the use of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS. The method is already used in the US to treat depression. Doctors here in the UK have welcomed the approval. They say that unlike medication, TMS specifically hits the brain instead of the whole body. Some experts, though, warn it won't provide a cure and may only give light relief to symptoms. Well, Fayyaz Ahmed is a neurologist and the former chair of the British Association for the Study of Headaches. He is live in our BBC Hull studio in the northeast of England. And here with me in the studio, Wendy Thomas, Chief Executive of the Migraine Trust, and Danny Nadiri, who has been a long-term sufferer from migraines. And Danny, first of all, just how have migraines affected your life and how debilitating have you found them?
Well, John, I never really suffered from them when I was a child. I only started suffering from the age of 18 onwards, when I finished my high school studies and then went on to uni, and then after that started working. I went to the hospital to get a diagnosis, and I got a full diagnosis, and they gave me some pills. But the thing is, I can't describe how I feel, because unless you're a migraine sufferer, then you will only understand the pain that you go through.
Are you able to function at all when you have a severe migraine?
No, not at all. I have to sleep, and sleep can be anything between 5 to 12 hours. I cannot see, I have blurred vision, I cannot eat, and just this throbbing pain in my temples is just really, really, really bad. And
I think I'm right in saying you've been hospitalised with a migraine?
Yes.
So doctors have thought your migraine is so serious that you need to be admitted to hospital?
Yes, there was a year back in 2010 where I was hospitalised 10 times for just having a severe migraine, and it's so severe that unfortunately I have to be on IV fluids.
OK, well, let's turn to Fayyaz Ahmed now. And thank you very much indeed for joining us. And I'm fascinated by this, as we all are, by transcranial magnetic stimulation. I think you may have even brought the device with you. Yeah, maybe you could share. There it is. Now, if you could explain it in kind of simple terms, what it does and how it helps.
Well, we know that people who have migraine, there is a particular part of the brain that generates the migraine attack. And when it generates the migraine attack, it creates some waves in the back of the brain in some of the migraine patients. And if those waves can be interrupted through some magnetic waves, like a mini MRI, so it's a magnetic waves, that would disturb those waves and can terminate a migraine attack within few minutes. The benefit is that there are no side effects, no oral medication, and people who can't tolerate oral drugs or injectable treatments can get rid of their migraine very easily, carry on the device with them and use as when they need them.
And Fayyaz Ahmed, do you wear that helmet that you just held up there? I mean, is it worn almost like a kind of crash helmet is worn?
No. It's not worn. You carry it with you. I'll show you. So when you have a migraine attack, you hold the bottom of this. There are two buttons there. You put it in the back of the head and just press the button. And when you press the button, there will be a clicking noise. And that's it. Then you put it back in your handbag or your briefcase and use it as when you have the next attack, and it would work within few minutes. And not only that, it will get rid of your headaches, it will also get rid of your nausea, your vomiting, and that you're very intolerant to bright light and sound. So this is fascinating for development of an attack of a migraine, where the target is changing from pharmaceutical to magnetic device that are used without exposing bodies to any drug.
And just before I bring in someone from the Migraine Trust, I just want to ask you this: how many people has this been tested on, and how effective has it worked for everyone you've tested?
Well, the initial double-blind randomized trial, which is a scientific study which was done in 2010 and published in Lancet, showed that it worked. Now, since then, FDA have just approved it about a month ago, and it got a CE mark, which means that it is safe. And in the UK, in some of the centers, we have used it in about 170 patients, and we've just submitted that paper for publication. And we think 2/3 of the patients get very good benefit from it.
OK, Wendy Thomas, Chief Executive of the Migraine Trust. you hear an awful lot about money going into certain kind of illnesses. Has migraine sort of been left behind a bit, do you think, in terms of the seriousness with which it is seen by the medical community, and also maybe in terms of the amount of research done?
Absolutely left behind, very much the Cinderella. We know how many people there are. For example, 8 million in the UK. There's very little headache research going on. We hope there's going to be more. But there's as many people as have diabetes, epilepsy and asthma put together. And obviously one understands that there's research into those conditions. But we do feel migraine has been left behind. That's partly because it's a bit of a hidden condition. People don't like to admit it, that they've got it, there's stigma attached to it, and if they're going for a job interview, they don't like saying they've got it because they're afraid that they won't then get the job. And sick leave and employment can be quite an issue.
And what do you make of what we were just seeing there, the demonstration from Fayyaz Ahmed of this new magnetic device?
Well, the Migraine Trust, from the patient perspective, welcomes anything that you can put into the toolkit to help manage your migraines. And what's particularly good about this device is that it's not a drug, so it's no side effects and it's non-invasive. Nothing will work for everybody. What we want to do is to see people who are finding it difficult to tolerate side effects to give it a go, and also women who are pregnant or breastfeeding. It's a good opportunity for them to be able to use it.
And Danny, I just kind of, you've come on the programme to hear about this. What do you make of it? Are you excited by the possibility
I am, because this is the first time that something has actually taken place in regards to having migraines. And, well, if it can fit in my handbag, why not? If it saves the day and allows me to continue on functioning normally, then I strongly welcome it.
And you've brought some tablets in that you use here, but which are apparently not available in the UK. Is that right?
No. Last year I went to the US and I got a severe migraine attack. We went into one of the pharmacies and the guy suggested that I should go for this. I've searched high and low to find it in the UK, and unfortunately I can't. So I'm using it sparsely so I don't run out. But it really helps.
And Fayyaz Ahmed, let me come back to you. I mean, you have been sort of studying headaches for most of your medical career. How significant would you say this moment is?
Well, I think since I have known this magnetic device being developed and tried over the last couple of years, I've always said that this is a significant development, and I have vision that in about 10 to 15 years' time, pharmaceutical treatment for headaches would be a thing of the past, and there will be devices much smaller than that you will be able to keep like your mobile phone and use it as and when you need it. Well,
Fayyaz Ahmed, I'm sure that everyone listening who suffers from migraines will be saying, I really hope you're right. Thank you very much indeed for coming in to demonstrate the device, and to Danny and to Wendy, both of you, thank you very much indeed for being with us here in the studio. And do stay with us on Global, still to come. It's almost time for the Russian Winter Olympics, so why are these toilets the main talking points in Sochi?